Guys, I forgot to tell you. There's been a new development. As you all know, I have begun the arduous task to go on a journey of watching every single show and every single spin-off of The Walking Dead. I decided to watch the entire franchise, okay? So during my week of sickness and depression, I watched Daryl Dixon season 1 and 2, and I can say I didn't like it. As much as I love Daryl, and I'm happy to be watching Daryl and Carol's escapades again, I just don't give a shit. It's Daryl in France, and I don't know, bro. I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it. I watched it, and I'm like, oh, I was entertained, and some of the storylines were okay, but Jesus Christ, it was just first off, they have, mutated walkers now. Now there's, walkers that they gave, a serum to, and they're, superhuman mutated walkers and shit, and I'm like, what is happening? And then there's walkers with, acid blood now, and it's they made this weird thing where it's bro, yeah, they have acid blood, and, Daryl, got their blood on him. One of the walkers touched him and it burned his arm, and I'm like, oh shit, is Daryl gonna turn? And then he gets saved by this nun, and she's and she basically cauterized the wound, and she goes, you have to burn it and disinfect it, if not it'll infect you. And I'm like, but he had that wound for a day. What do you mean? He had that burn for a day, and you found him a day later. What are you saying now? He was fine though. Just disinfect it, you know what I mean? I know, I watched season 2 as well. I watched both of them in one sitting. I watched season 2, Carol was in the show, and it was a pleasure to see Carol again, and to see Carol work her magic and manipulate people to get what she wants. I had a great time watching. I had fun watching, that's true. However, I didn't vibe with it. I felt myself watching it, but okay. So with The Walking Dead, I was locked in. I wasn't doing other things while watching. This time with Daryl Dixon, and including the other ones The World Beyond and whatever, even Fear the Walking Dead, I was locked in. But with Daryl Dixon, I was watching it, but then I found myself doing other things while I was watching it. And I'm like, oh, it just didn't captivate me the other stuff. I found myself doing other stuff while I was watching. And then I'm like, ah, shit, I have to... Yeah, it was my second monitor thing. It wasn't on my first monitor. Yeah, and then I just started The Ones Who Live. I'm halfway through, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's very much love story, oh, Rick and Michonne, star-crossed lovers. They have to find each other. Bam, they found each other. And now they're going up against the world, and everything's corrupt and terrible. No, the Negan one is Dead City, which actually I kind of like Dead City because of Negan, but it was only because of him. That's the only reason why I watched it. I kind of liked it, but it was just it was okay. I have to do a ranking of them because holy shit, I feel Dead City was better. And as much as I love Daryl, oh my god, that just... You know where it lost me? There was this plot in Daryl Dixon where he goes to this convent. It's full of nuns. This nun woman is like, oh, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to escort this child to this area and take him away because he's the savior. He's the chosen one. And I'm like, oh no. And they're like, yes, the prophecy. And I'm like... Oh god, what the fuck do you mean the prophecy? What is happening, bro? What is happening now? What is going on now? Now there's a prophecy, there's a kid that apparently he's gonna be the savior of the earth, and they're building it up he's some savior. And it turns out the reason why he's a savior is it's simple. When his mom was pregnant with him, she got bit by a walker and he was born and she was already infected. So, what do you think that means? Oh shit, he's immune to walkers, of course. Of course. So now they have to escort this kid. past Paris to like some special area. But it turns out the special area they went to is corrupt as fuck. And then there's like this weird like underground club. It was just like, it was crazy, bro. I was just like, what is happening? What's going on? What is going on? It was just so, it was a lot. It was a lot. It's just that he's a symbol of hope, bruh. I just like, to me, like that storyline, I was just like, oh God, oh brother, this stinks. No. He hasn't died yet though. But like, they kept hyping up the kid like, oh, he's special, he's different, he's special, he's different. He has different sensibilities. And it's like, how is he special? He's different. Oh, he has a Rubik's Cube that he can solve in less than 5 seconds. And he goes up to people and he talks to them without any sort of like barrier to social cues at all. I wonder what that means, guys. He's super smart and he's a music savant and a savant at memorizing things and a savant at math. Wow. Gee. He's very smart. He's very smart. And for some reason, he goes up to people and he tells them the truth and he's not afraid of people's feelings. And everybody's like, wow, he talks like it is. That's crazy. And I'm just like, bruh, yup, he's Jesus, all right. He has autism superpowers.
Wait, hold on. Isn't everyone in The Walking Dead already infected? And any new babies are also infected right off the bat?
Yeah, that's why, that's exactly it, though. That's why I'm, like,
Sounds
confused.
like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
That's why, so so that's why I was confused, because I'm like, everybody's infected, so that doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's 2 different infections? Maybe it canceled out, I don't know. But yeah, so that's why he's, like, the second coming of Jesus. That's why the kid is the second coming of Jesus. As a matter of fact, he also has long hair like Jesus. And, it was interesting. It was interesting. Does the kid walk on water yet? No, he doesn't have those type of superpowers. There was this one part where he's like, he goes up to this lady and she's like being like nice to him. And he's like, you want to be mean, but you're not mean. Inside you're nice and you're sad. You're sad and nice. And you have a lot of sadness inside of you. And she's like, who do you think you are, kid? And I was like, oh, God. What's happening here? Yeah, that's right. And he's also French. But it's like the way... Bro, everybody in the comment was like, you don't understand. He's special. What was his name again? Fuck, what was his fucking name? Daryl Dixon Show.
Jam him happy
Laurent.
and mean and
His name was Laurent. And Laurent.
I'm Eli, the walking Jesus.
Oui, Laurent. Oh yeah, they made it very clear. They established it very clear that he's good at math, he's good at music, and he can memorize. He had every single capital and country memorized. He's like, I know the name of every capital and country and every city before the fall. And I know the population of each place before the fall. And then he was like, do you know how long it'll take to repopulate the earth? Exactly this amount of time. Do you know? And it's just like, whoa, okay, bro. Like, they gave him like a whole monologue about it.
Sounds like a Gary Stewart.
Does he play League? You don't play League in The Walking Dead. Oh my god, also there was this one scene that it was like a flashback, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. The Walking Dead outbreak happens in 2010, right? So essentially the world stopped in 2010. So there was like this scene where they're at the Louvre. And this woman, she's like a custodian at the Louvre. And they're doing like a strike for like better pay. And they're outside, and then all of a sudden, everybody's phones go off. Everyone's phones go off. And you're... And everybody's checking their phones. And I'm like, correct me if I'm wrong, bro. But I don't recall like people being that connected through social media and news on their phone in 2010. Like, it's not like... I don't... Am I wrong? Everybody got like alerts to their phone about like the emergency situation, and I'm like, But it wasn't like an Amber Alert. It wasn't like an alert. It was like, they were like checking the news on their phone. And I'm like, also, I could have sworn I saw like a iPhone there that was like older than 2010. Because the iPhone came out in like what, 2007, 2008? When did the first iPhone come out? iPhone came out first in 1 year. Wait, 2007, right? I swear I saw an iPhone there that was like past 2010. I could be wrong though. What would I know? Who was maintaining the cell network system? Well, that was like a flashback to before like the fall, which is what they called it, before the fall, right? And then after that, now you're watching The Ones Who Live with Rick and Michonne, and they're using iPhones to draw pictures on it and shit. Rick had a fucking iPhone, and he had some guy like engraved like Michonne, a picture of Michonne. Wait, I gotta show it to you. Hold on. You have to see what it's just so like I guess like, wait, I'm trying to get a good picture of it. Here's I think this is okay. I guess like, so apparently like Rick like hired like he bought like a fucked up iPhone off of somebody who was like, can you draw a picture on this iPhone? And this is what this is what Michonne found that made her realize that Rick was still alive. Because remember, Rick supposedly quote-unquote died. And she finds this iPhone engraved with this on it. And it's Michonne and Judith.
So what in Getting Apple is so big it can survive the zombie apocalypse?
There's a Japanese phrase on it. Yeah, I think it means like believe, keep on believing or something. Believe a little longer or some shit. I don't know, something. But it's just like the thought of like some dude just like in a town or in like a city with a bunch of fucking iPhones in a box saying, hey, you want a picture? Tell me what you want and I'll put it on this iPhone. I'm guessing the guy is Japanese then. I'm guessing the guy is Japanese, bro. And he happened to write Rick's name on the phone. So it's like, interesting. Why would he put Rick's name on there? If Rick is asking him to draw it. Yeah, put my name on there, man. Finish the episode, you'll see more. Bro, okay, so I think I'm on like episode 3 of the Ones Who Lived. Rick forgot how to write. I just think it's crazy. I think this is so funny. It was just so funny to me. Like, all of a sudden, like, Michonne is sad, and then she sees something, and she's like, wait a minute, and she picks it up, and it's this fucking iPhone. And it's this fucking iPhone, and I'm like, it's this fucking iPhone. She goes, oh, he's alive. I knew he was alive. I knew it. And I'm like, oh my god. Wow. Does Michonne even read Japanese? I do not think so. I do not think so. I don't fucking think so, bro. This shit goes crazy, bro. Like, this show has gotten so crazy. Oh yeah, and then freaking, and then I'm watching The Ones Who Lived, right? And surprise, all of a sudden, King Bach is on there, and I'm like, wait a minute, huh? I said Bach, it's Batch. I can't read, bro. I can't pronounce names. He's on there? Yes, the Vine King is on there. He's in there. He plays a character. What the fuck is his name? His name is Bailey. And he like has like a wife and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is not I did not expect this. I did not expect to see him there. Unfortunately, he died. He did not last long. He died. He did not last long. They got bombed with chlorine gas and died of asphyxiation. Who bombed them with chlorine gas, you might ask? Well, the government did. Because apparently, in the show, all the governments are evil now. And they are now determining that the best thing for the world is resetting and population control. So all the people who are surviving that do not qualify to be part of their city, they kill them with chlorine gas. Every single one of them. So if there's another city out there that's thriving and they see it, they kill them. Government evil. That's pretty rude of them. I know, it's pretty rude. It's pretty rude. Damn, that show was on 12 years. Dude, The Walking Dead. Listen, first off, I won kick myself for getting into this project, this is a project that I've been working on. It's called The Walking Dead Experiment. It's called How Long Can I Go Without Losing My Mind While Watching The Walking Dead? And the answer is, I lost my mind a long time ago.